What's up, guys? Welcome back. Pretty bad loss. Unfortunate loss against the Seattle Mariners. The first place Seattle Mariners. I keep wanting to say that because you know what? They're an extremely good team this season. Their offense is totally legit. Jose De Leon pitched his heart out, but the rookie took his lumps against a pretty formidable lineup. Felix Hernandez is now 5-0 after a couple games it was simulated, but he ended up being 4-0 against us. And then look at that ERA, .99. So he's having a stellar year, and we're just still trying to find our way. Still, though, the offense is not scoring any runs. We're only putting one run up on the board most nights. The pitching, though, has been pretty good. The starting pitching's been good. The bullpen and Doug Fister have been the issues. So if we take a look at Fister here, just look at his ERA right there, 5.68. Not too good there. That's pretty garbage. 3 earned with 4 2/3. That's okay, but you know, that's not doing us any good. So I mean, we can't be doing this against an interdivision opponent, especially against the White Sox. For some reason, the CPU likes to take over, and they ended up batting Puig to lead off. Maybe this is the part of the problem, is that the CPU is changing the lineups now. Because look at that. Why is the CPU not following this lineup that I'm setting? So maybe it's they're giving guys the day off. That I know sometimes that happens, but let's just take a look and see who wasn't playing that day. So you got
when Ken Griffey Jr. made his home debut.
That's the usual guys. That's the usual lineup. I don't know why things changed.
And Henderson's not going to get to it. It's off the base of the wall.
It's not like,
second base in his first major.
I mean, Miguel Gonzalez was pitching, so
the 375 marker, and we have seen that all.
It wasn't against a lefty, which Puig's better against.
Jr.
I don't know. I don't know what the problem is, but that's not cool if the CPU is doing stuff like that. Margot, Kozar, Grichuk, Valbuena. I mean, what is that? That's not our lineups. That's our lineup, though, because guess what? Wait, well, see, I don't even understand that. So that's the lineup. That's our normal lineup. We played that game, so that lineup's not going to change. But that lineup's different. I don't know. It's just strange. It's like the CPU does auto lineups, and I think what I'm going to do, what I'm going to end up doing is I'll probably end up, if you guys know why that's happening, please let me know so I can fix that. If you don't, that's fine. I'm just going to probably just fiddle around with the settings and try to figure out why the heck that's going on, because it shouldn't be. It's pretty annoying, actually. Alright, so enough complaining on my end. Let's take a look at the standings here. We got the White Sox still playing really well. The Royals are trying to chase them, but I mean, 5 games back, 8.5 games back. I mean, so we're holding our own. It's not like we're a terrible team, right? We're still in the rebuild process. You know, we got rid of all the cap space, which was the main goal. Get rid of all of that that salary, that old money, so to speak. Bring in some older guys that don't cost as much, and then try to mix those guys in with some subpar young dudes to try to go all in for the future. So we got the Mariners still at 17-9. So I mean, they're playing hot. They're playing really well. We got kind of a logjam here. The next 4 guys. Phillies somehow in first place in the NL East. That's not going to last. We can just say that right now. Cubbies playing extremely well. Pirates kind of chasing them there. I kind of like the Pirates to chase the Cubs in this division in real life, but especially in this series, Cardinals just are not the same Cardinals team that they've been in the past. So, got my prediction for this series. I'm gonna go Cubs, Pirates. This is probably right though. That's probably correct. The Padres, I don't like that. I think the Rockies
3-2
will end up being here. I think the Padres will obviously be in last. Diamondbacks, I'm going to say, come in third. They're going to stay right there. Giants go to second. Red Sox, I like that pick. Yankees, I think they're going to stay to the fourth slot. And Rays come down here to the bottom. Orioles stay right. Orioles are going to jump the Blue Jays, and Blue Jays will be here in third. So I like that. I think we're coming in last. We're going to bring up the rear, but I think the Twins are going to follow us, and the Indians in second. No, the Indians in first, sorry. But the rate that the White Sox are playing, like, there's a momentum engine, I feel like, in this game. Like, once you start off this hot, you stay there. Mariners, I like the Mariners winning this division. The only team that could probably challenge would probably be the Rangers or the Astros. Definitely the Astros. I think they might end up taking second place. But this is a pretty loaded, jam-packed division here. Alright, so enough of that. Who do you guys like? Who do you guys like in real life and in this series based on the performances? You know where I stand, but we'll kind of revisit that in the middle of the year, try to see where teams are at, kind of get a better idea of who might be good trading partners and what we can expect teams to try to do, sell some veterans, sell some rookies, to try to get veterans, that kind of thing. So we'll definitely be in the market for that. All right, so let's go to our scouting. Let's take a look at these guys. Let's take a look at some bullpen guys. Obviously, their stamina are not going to be very high, so they're probably either going to be a closer. No, never mind. They're probably just going to be, yeah, they're just going to be a relief pitcher the whole way through. But you definitely want guys that are going to get some Ks. So let's go with Patrick Hamilton.
He throws, and the Cleveland Indians of 2016
yes,
have set the
that's what I want to do. Patrick Hamilton.
with their
All right, now let's keep looking at our shortstops. Let's take a look at Derek. No, dang it.
They certainly earned it. That should come for two.
Let's just scout him.
Hours and 13 minutes.
Let's just scout him.
Can't imagine there are.
Or do we want this guy to find some more shortstops? I vote try to find some more shortstops.
Yesterday. Yep.
We want some infield.
This is deep to right.
Contact. We want some powered infielders. How about that? Power and arm strength.
And now gets to home plate. His very first home run of this season. And he is.
And then we're gonna have this dude. Take a look at, let's see, some positional players.
Hit the left field deep, way back. Rua turning around.
Like I said before, we don't really need outfielders.
Grand slam for Chris Davis in the bottom of the ninth inning.
Let's have him take a look at Chris Diaz. How about that?
A's 8, Texas 5.
Let's take a look at Chris Diaz. I think I like that. We already know what we're. I mean, Derek Engel. He's gonna be great, right? So, I want to find diamonds in the rough. That's who we need to try to find. All right. So let's see. Kevin Segrist is on the mend here. Broken nail, 1 to 6 days. Not cool there. Still got a 25-man roster. There's no reason to put him on the DL right now and waste the guys' options by adding him and picking him up and then having to drop him. So we're just gonna have to deal with it with the pitchers we have. We get Joe Ross in this episode against Cleveland, against Carlos Carrasco. We can pick up a game here against Cleveland. If we can go 11 and 16 and we can drop them to 12 and 15. We can pick a game up on them. We already lead the series 1-0. Let's take a look at some of these games that we lost the series here against Seattle. won the finale with Jared Cozart.
For the 6th
Let's take a look at Jared Cozart. He might be vying for that spot.
World Series.
Let's see, what did he do?
The Indians are the champions.
Cozart came in for 6 innings in help of Joe Ross. So, guys, Cozart might be vying for that spot. We'll give Fister one more chance. One more chance against Cleveland, against Trevor Bauer. So that should be a pretty offensive, big offensive day. But
Catch of the year right there.
we've already seen Doug Fister. We haven't seen Danny Norris. We haven't seen Joe Ross yet in a major league game for this team yet. He's already started basically 4 games. 4 games already. And you guys haven't seen him yet, so that's the game that we're going to focus on. All right, I'll see you guys on the other side. Go Tigers. All right, guys, let's get this thing underway. We got the Cleveland Indians 12-14 against the Detroit Tigers 10-16. We've actually won a couple games in this series, so it's good to see that the fans are excited. They're still coming out in full force, and we're actually playing a little bit better. Puig's kind of settling into the lineup. Grichuk's starting to hit the ball a little bit. Our pitching's starting to turn the corner, other than Doug Fister, of course. But Joe Ross coming on to this game here. Check out his numbers there, only allowing 1 walk on the season, and a lot of those have been simulated. So this is the first game that you guys are going to see of Joe Ross being on the mound and giving us a good start. So leadoff hitter is retired. Brantley was swinging on the first pitch. You guys can kind of see the lineup there for the Indians, that what they're going to roll out against Joe Ross. Joe Ross in real life is actually more of a contact pitcher. He can strike out some batters every now and then, but he's more of a contact guy. But against this lineup, we're going to be trying to look for the strikeouts because this lineup is intense, and so is Francisco Lindor. I mean, this guy's been a thorn in our side since the series began. So, well, not this series with the Indians, but the Channel Series at large. Omar Infante over there at third base. We made a little bit of a change because Zach Cozart needed to have a day's rest. We actually put Infante at third and Bregman over at shortstop. That's kind of where he's originally supposed to be playing, but since in Houston he's kind of being blocked by Carlos Correa, he can play shortstop, so we ended up putting him over there. As you guys can see, Joe Ross gets that K, as that loyal fan promptly states to us. Nice K out there by Ross against Encarnacion. Take a look at Carlos Carrasco's numbers. Not too good. Not too good. So he's definitely going to be hittable in this game, we hope. Puig now up. Gets a nice base knock right up the middle. So we're timing him perfectly. Every time you hit the ball up the middle, you're timing it perfectly. You're not too early to go to left, and you're not too late in going to right. Right off the bat, no pun intended, Puig promptly steals second base. Valbuena is trying to knock that runner in now. We've got something going, and he gets doinked. And he didn't like it either. He thought that was intentional. He's pissed. But take a look. That to me did not seem like a ball that just got away. I don't think Carrasco appreciated that we got Puig on and we ended up stealing a base off of him. Maybe they were trying to send a message, but we might have to come back at him in this in the next couple games here. But check this out. Kipnis gets on base and he tries to steal, but this time, instead of being successful, don't worry, Cleveland. What you can't do, we can do, definitely. We can steal bases. But check that throw out. Off of his knees, James McCann makes a great play to knock that runner out, coming into second base. Since Naquin took the pitch, Joe Ross, fastball. Try and hit me, brother. Strike 3. So no harm done. Great defensive inning, great pitching inning. We head over after the Tigers couldn't get anything going against Carrasco. We go back to Joe Ross. He ends up getting a K on Yan Gomes. We turn it back over to the top of the lineup. End up getting a runner on first here. I think that was either a walk or a base hit, but Brantley actually gets a hold of this ball pretty hard. The wind was blowing out. The position kept changing, so Puig stays with it, makes the nice grab to end the inning. Manuel Margot now, nice single there for him. He needs that to get going. His batting average is kind of low. He needs to start performing, especially because we added Puig. The outfield's a little bit crowded now. Michael Taylor's struggling a little bit, so Margot, if he can come through, that would be perfect for him. Margot decides to steal a base. He's got 90 speed overall. We tried to swipe it, tried to force the issue, but got just a bad jump. But we're surprised that his speed actually allowed him to catch up to the base. Lindor now on base tries to steal this base, gets in there safely. So we got thrown out once, we stole once. They got thrown out once, they stole once. So it's just like a back and forth. Bregman ends up making the nice one-hop play. This nice little short hop play to his side for the out. Joe Ross K's Kipnis on a low and away pitch, just can't handle it. So yet again, the Indians were kind of threatened there, but they just couldn't get it done. So we move to the next inning, and Luis Valbuena comes up, and boosh! Line drive. Is it going out? Yes, sir. It's a home run. It's a solo shot for Luis Valbuena. Can we just call him Louis? It sounds so much better. Luis Valbuena. We're going to go with that. The Tigers' offense has needed a home run, a big home run like that, for quite some time every time we play this game. Every time we've shown gameplay, we need a big home run, and that was definitely one of them. Because we're in the 5th inning now. The game's basically halfway over. Check this out. Margot, with his speed coming on in, makes the catch. Great play. Tries to double him up over at first base. Doesn't have enough arm strength there to even do that. The only guy I ever saw do that from left field to throw a guy out at first was Vlad Guerrero. Check this play out. Using the speed again, Margot makes a nice play. This time, throws to the cutoff guy. Thank you very much. We don't need errors. We thought something was up here. At least Joe Ross did. So we promptly stepped off. I've been using that word a lot, promptly. But check him out. Check out Naquin. He's stealing, and James McCann knocks him out. You're out, dude. Go sit back down. To end the inning, no less. So the Indians still are playing aggressively. We're trying to be aggressive. So it's basically a bloodbath right now, especially considering that Valbuena got hit. We may have to come back later on and try to take one of their guys down. But Profar hits a gap shot to the opposite field. He's going to round second. He's going to try to make this break for third, and he's in there easily. A little contested, but I think he was in there easily. Take a look at this. That's a great hit. Right over the... They were playing him in. If they played a little bit deeper, they probably could have cut that ball off into the angle. But, hey, we're going to take it. Margot now up. If he had just not swung at the changeup, he's still batting terrible. We needed that run, especially with the leadoff triple. Joe Ross still keeping us in the game, striking out Gomes again. Michael Brantley now with 2 strikes. 1 out. And he's going to ground it right back to Joe Ross. Ross ends up making the play. Barely out. But that's just how fast Brantley is. Lindor next up. Ground ball to short. And Bregman makes a great play. Look at that. I mean, he's an amazing fielder, man. I swear. Like we said, we got to get his bat going, because if he doesn't win the Gold Glove, that's a travesty. Puig's now up. Gets a hit, gets a line drive, and Naquin dives for it, but he can't make the play. He's tried to force the issue there to go into third, just like Profar did, but it must have hit off his glove, I think, because that ball should have rolled all the way to the wall. After moving Puig over on an out, Bregman comes up, breaks his bat on a high and inside fastball. Carrasco is there to make the play. So here we are now in the 7th. One out with 2 strikes and strike 3. Nice little 2-seam fastball running away from Carlos Santana and can't handle it. So Joe Ross, just like we said, we need the Ks. He's giving us the Ks. Kipnis, 2 strikes. Didn't get the K, but guess who's there? One of our guys, Michael Taylor. So Joe Ross pitching well. 7 innings, only 4 hits allowed, no earned. Doing pretty well. Dan Otero comes on for Carlos Carrasco. He's going to end up striking out Michael Taylor. So Taylor, he's one of my favorite guys on this team, but he's just struggling. He's absolutely struggling. We might need to just give him a day's rest. Infante ends up grounding out. Kind of got some action in there with Rondon, just in case Ross can't get out of the inning clean. It is still a tight game, and we know he's throwing a lot of pitches with all the strikeouts, so we definitely want to be careful with him. But you know what? He's just going to keep pumping and keep racking up those Ks. Chisenhall strikes out. This is just an amazing performance by Joe Ross. We love it. Josh Rutledge now. Little fly ball. Can't get much done in that inning. Chisenhall makes the play. So Tigers now out of the inning. Beautiful shot of Detroit, because that's where I'm at. Or I'm in another area of Michigan, but I love Detroit. It's a great place, despite all the crime you hear about anyway. But baseball's a safe place to go. Austin Jackson pinch hit, end up not doing anything, ends up striking out, and Michael Brantley ends up bunting because he's thinking this guy is just throwing just darts. Nobody can get on base. 2 outs now. Lindor, he's going to give it a ride. But you know what? Puig is there. We got scared for a minute. That was a big at-bat because Lindor's been a thorn on our side all season long. Tigers get the W. Guys, great pitching performance by Joe Ross. Did you like Joe Ross's performance? Is he one of your Tigers now? Let me know in the comments. Guys, leave a like. If you like it, you love it, you want more of it, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.